suspended Rivers State Governor Sim Fubara has met with President Bola Tinubu at the president's Lagos residence on Tuesday, marking their first public known meeting since Fubara's suspension under emergency rule in March 2025. Photographs released by the State House show the two men smiling for the cameras, although details of their discussions have not been disclosed. President Tinubu declared a 6-month state of emergency in Rivers State on March 18, suspending Fubara, his deputy Ngozi Odu, and all elected members of the State Assembly. The move followed escalating political and security tensions in the oil-rich state. The suspension has been met with legal challenges and criticism from Fubara's opposition party, the PDP, and civil society groups, who argue that the action undermines democratic governance.
So we have a buffet this morning of stories, but I want to start with a song this morning. Now our papa be this, so we not get any other. Now our papa be this, so Governor Fubara has gone to see his father, President Tinubu. He has no choice. Because in this game of politics, he's been brown-bitten. That will never, and I repeat, never, read my lips, mitigate the fact that we totally condemn a state of emergency by President Tinubu. And the cases are in court. We'd like to see the Supreme Court pronouncement on that. But the same Fubara that said all of a sudden the other day in a church service that his mind has left the place is going to visit President Tinubu. We are getting indications that things are getting better between them. For the first time in a long while, since all of this started, the tiff started, Wike is saying that he's my son. It's the people that are using him against me. Now, he's going to meet President Tinubu. Does this show you something that all politicians are the same? It's just about power. A lot of people thought that Fubara was going to stand his ground and say, what's the worst that will happen? You'll impeach me, but it will be on record. But it shows no, that Nigerian politicians are not that way. It's about what they can use and do with that power as at that point in time. But they forget that that power is transient. In the end, it will be standing for something. But you know, like they argue in Nigeria, who's standing for something help? In a country where there's poverty, there's hunger, a lot is going on. But we must still build a society that has values, that where people will have to stand for something. And if you feel being pushed around, it is only right that you stand for something.
Number 3, Governor Sim Fubara visited President Tinubu yesterday. We have not seen the readout of that meeting, but at least this is the first major public meeting, known public meeting between Fubara and President Bola Amaechi. I would just like to say that Governor Sim Fubara would seem to have shown a lot of penitence. He has shown that he's listening to the president. And I want to imagine that the reason he visited the president again is to remind the president that, please, he's now a good boy. He's not fighting anybody. He has even gone to beg Wike, the Lord and Master of Rivers State politics. I think the president should just be magnanimous. The president should, having declared 6 months, state of emergency in Rivers State, I imagine that part of their conversation will have been Sim Fubara asking the president, please, I'm a good boy, I would like this thing to be lifted. And that the president, who is, in fact, a known Democrat and Federalist, after all, he was critical of the declaration of state of emergency before now in Ekiti State, before now in Plateau State. I think the president should not allow this to be, a blot on his credentials as a Democrat. Having declared that state of emergency, I think he should see good reason why he should lift that emergency, by September, so that the people of Rivers State can enjoy the democracy that they voted for. I don't think that the president should wait any longer.